Every once in a while I raise something in one of my classes that really gets the kids' attention. I see their eyes open and they seem unusually focused, though they're focused most of the time. So this happened yesterday. I was giving a writing class and I raised the issue of inductive versus deductive writing. So first I explained an essential difference between induction and deduction. For deduction, I gave them the classic example, all men are mortal, Socrates is a man, therefore Socrates is mortal. So going from the abstract to the particular, from the abstract to the concrete. And then for induction, I explained to them that's the process of arriving at that generalized claim that all men are mortal. That's going from the particulars to the abstract. So I explained this, they were fascinated just by this concept, and then we discussed how this applied to writing. And what I told them is that in writing a paper, you have two basic choices in this regard. You can either spell out your abstract conclusion, your theme, at the beginning of the paper, and then supply the supporting evidence for it as you go through the paper. Or you can not give away the abstract conclusion in the opening, but rather lead your reader to the abstract conclusion over the course of the paper. Now this was a new concept to them. They're accustomed to more of a deductive style, to spelling out their theme at the outset and then giving the supporting evidence for it in the body of the paper. But this particular writing assignment really lent itself to a more inductive approach. They were writing about a famous Twilight Zone episode called A Nice Place to Visit. And in this episode, which I thought would be a great thing for them to watch and write about because of its philosophic content, in this episode, a crook is killed in a conflict with the police and is sent to what he thinks is heaven. He gets everything he wants, all the money he wants, all the luxuries, all the women, everything, all these material values are supplied to him endlessly. Over time, his life becomes very unfulfilling. He suddenly, the money means nothing to him. The relationships mean nothing to him. These are not really people responding to him, but rather like actors in a script. The whole world is contrived. He doesn't have to work for anything. He doesn't have to strive for anything. He doesn't have to earn anything. And he becomes aware that he's really missing out on a lot of the value of life. And what's revealed at the end of the episode is that this is in fact hell and not heaven. So he learns a very important moral lesson. So in the paper, I wanted the kids to describe the lesson that's learned in this, the lesson that's conveyed in this Twilight Zone episode. So if they were to just spell it out in the beginning, it doesn't allow for the sort of mystery of the episode. I wanted their paper to follow the pattern of the episode in that they suggest that he learns a lesson at the beginning, but guide the reader through the process of discovery over the course of the paper. So they could see why, in this case, the inductive approach was much more appropriate, and they were really just fascinated by this distinction between an inductive and a deductive approach to writing.